My brother-in-law wants his girlfriend to stay with us, but after she sent me to the hospital, I'm insisting on checking her bags every time she visits. Posted by u/Investigator Hour 2911. I have a severe dairy allergy. It is not just an inconvenience. If I eat or even touch dairy, I can break out in hives, struggle to breathe, and need to use my epinephrine auto-injectors. Any exposure can send me to the emergency room. Because of this, my fiancé and I have a strict rule. Absolutely no dairy is allowed in our house. This is not just a preference. It is about my safety and being able to use my kitchen and home without worrying about cross-contamination. I have to know that every pan, every plate, every surface is safe for me. My fiancé's twin brother, my brother-in-law, has always respected this rule. He and my fiancé have been best friends their whole lives, and through my relationship with my fiancé, I have become close friends with my brother-in-law as well. We have a good relationship, and he has always been supportive and understanding about my allergy. The problem started when my brother-in-law began dating his girlfriend about a year and a half ago. The first time my brother-in-law and his girlfriend came to visit us together was about a year ago. Before their visit, my fiancé made sure my brother-in-law explained my allergy and our no dairy rule to his girlfriend. He told her that no one is allowed to bring anything that contains dairy into our house, ever, no matter what. 2 days into their stay, my fiancé and I were out of the house, and my brother-in-law's girlfriend bought dairy products and cooked herself lunch. She did not clean the pans properly. She just rinsed them with water, so they looked clean but were not actually free of dairy residue. Later, when we cooked dinner using the same pans, I had a reaction. I broke out in hives, started struggling to breathe, and had to use my epinephrine auto-injector before getting rushed to the emergency room. It was terrifying. When we got home, she apologized, saying she had not understood how serious my allergy was. She seemed genuinely sorry, and we decided to move past it for the sake of our relationship with my brother-in-law. We wanted to keep a good relationship with him, and we thought she had learned her lesson. 9 months ago, my brother-in-law and his girlfriend came for a second visit. Before they arrived, we had a video call with both of them to make sure she understood the severity of my allergy and how strict we are about the no dairy rule. We explained everything in detail. We told her that the rule is not just about not eating dairy in front of me, but not bringing it into our house at all. My home is my safe space. I need to know that my allergen has not been there and that I can eat everything and use everything in my kitchen without worrying about cross-contamination. If she wanted to eat dairy outside the house and then come back, that would be fine, as long as she did not bring any dairy products with her. During their second stay, I was taking out the trash one day and noticed something odd. In the guest room, the room where my brother-in-law's girlfriend was staying, I found candy bar wrappers and an empty milkshake container. Even after seeing how serious my allergy was, even after seeing me end up in the emergency room, she still brought dairy into our home. I confronted her when they got back from an outing. She and my brother-in-law had a huge fight. My brother-in-law went through her things, found more dairy products, and threw out everything she had with dairy. We told her she had to leave. My brother-in-law stayed for the rest of the trip, but his girlfriend was no longer welcome. After that second visit, my brother-in-law and his girlfriend broke up for about 2 months. He told us later that he did not want to be with someone who put people he cared about in danger. She eventually reached out to him, saying she had apologized to me and that we had worked things out. She said she felt awful, but did not expect anything from him. My brother-in-law believed her, and they got back together. Since then, my brother-in-law has visited us alone because I do not trust his girlfriend in our house. Now, my brother-in-law is planning another visit, and his girlfriend wants to come too. At first, we said no. We told my brother-in-law that we did not trust her, and she could not stay with us. But my brother-in-law really wanted her to come, and we wanted to keep a good relationship with him. We tried to come up with a compromise. We said she could come and stay at our place, but we would need to look through her bags every time she came back to the house. If she did not accept that, she could stay at a hotel or just stay home. She called us controlling and said checking her bags was an invasion of privacy. My brother-in-law and his girlfriend cannot really afford a hotel, but I am not willing to risk my health. I explained that the rule is only about not bringing dairy into our house. If she eats dairy outside and comes back empty-handed, that is fine. But my home is my safe space, and I need to know I am not being exposed to my allergen. Update number 1. I did not plan on writing an update, especially not so soon, but a lot has happened in just one day. First, I want to clear up some misconceptions around their second visit to our home. I did not get sick from my brother-in-law's girlfriend having candy bars and a milkshake cup in the trash, or some candy bars in her bag. That was not the problem. The issue was that while knowing our no dairy house rule had not only seen but also been responsible for me going into anaphylaxis shock and had gotten an in-depth explanation of my allergy and why it is important to us to keep our home dairy-free, she still brought my known allergen into my house, my safe space. That is why we fought with her and kicked her out of her house. After the first 500 or so comments telling me I am an idiot for even considering letting this woman, who is a danger to my health, back into my house, I realized I was listening way too much to the part of me who just wanted to keep the peace and was downplaying the seriousness of the past incidents in my mind. I kept thinking the first time she might not have known how serious my allergy was, and it was an accident. And since I did not get sick the second time she brought dairy into my home, I was exaggerating how bad it was. I know it sounds insane, but after dealing with people who do not take allergies seriously for years, I have gotten used to apologizing and even downplaying my allergy to others. I sat down with my fiancé and discussed the whole situation. He explained how he also does not want my brother-in-law's girlfriend back in our home, but since I was willing to give her another chance, and it was my health affected by her previous actions, he felt I should make the final decision. He ended up texting my brother-in-law to tell him our original no-answer stand, that he is welcome to stay with us, but she is not allowed in our house, especially since she has not even apologized for breaking our rule again after she sent me to the emergency room the first time they visited, and I am his family, and my health and well-being are more important to him than my brother-in-law visiting. I was not here for this part, but this is what my fiancé told me happened. After he sent that message, my brother-in-law called him, and they talked. It turns out my brother-in-law's girlfriend had told him that she reached out after their second trip, that we talked, and I forgave her, but was not ready to have her back in my house yet. She has asked him to come with every time he has visited us. My brother-in-law always told her no, and that she would only be allowed to come with when I told him I was ready to have her back in my house. He only asked if she could come since it had been 9 months, and as far as he knew, I had forgiven her. According to my fiancé, my brother-in-law was extremely apologetic. I have not had time to talk directly with him yet, but we have planned a video chat to get everything worked out tomorrow. The reason my brother-in-law did not ask me directly about the situation and believed his girlfriend is because he is aware how traumatic an allergic reaction is to me and that I hate to talk about it after since I cannot stand reliving the situation. If anyone is interested, I can post a second update after I talk to my brother-in-law tomorrow and hopefully have a final conclusion to this whole thing. Relevant comments from the community. One commenter asked, "So wait, did she actually talk to you and you forgave her, or did she lie about it?" I replied, "She lied. I had not talked to her since throwing her out before she texted me calling me an asshole for the search if she was to stay in my house, which she absolutely will not be doing now." Another commenter said, "I understand why your brother-in-law wants to visit you too so often. I'm sure he enjoys your company. But I wonder why his monstrous girlfriend wants to come? Do you live somewhere really cool, or does she just want to visit so she can torment you? Or maybe your husband is really rich or successful or good-looking so she's trying to remove you so she can be with him. Of course, it could just be because she's psycho and we normal, decent people just cannot think like she does, so we will never be able to figure her out. Regardless, I cannot understand why brother-in-law is still with this psycho, and if I were you, I would be pretty disappointed in him, to put it mildly." I replied, "We live in a beach town, and a lot of people go here on vacation, and we have a great house right by the beach. I do not know if that is the reason she wants to come, but it is the reason a lot of our friends come to us instead of us visiting them." Another commenter said, "I swear, why do people always lie about stuff like this? Do they really think it is not going to come out?" One more said, "Honestly, I was side-eyeing brother-in-law for still being with her, much less even asking if she could stay again, so this explains that. He thought she had reached out and apologized. So now we can add her being a liar to the list of reasons why he would be an asshole for continuing to be in a relationship with her." Final update. I have talked to my brother-in-law. We had a long and emotional conversation. I will not post it all here, since some of the stuff we discussed is personal, but I still wanted to update you all. To start, my brother-in-law kept apologizing and saying he should have checked with us, not just believed his girlfriend, or now ex-girlfriend. He went on to explain how the reason he wanted to talk with me today instead of yesterday after the call with my fiancé was because he felt like he had already failed us for believing his girlfriend. We do not agree with this at all, and do not blame him. So he wanted to show he truly is remorseful of everything that has happened, not just say the words, but show it through actions. After the call with my fiancé, he confronted his ex. She first tried to convince him that I was lying and trying to ruin their relationship. That did not work, so she tried to manipulate him with tears. My brother-in-law explained it, as now that he has fully seen all of her crazy behavior, he immediately saw how manipulative she is. A lot more happened, but I will not go into detail, since it is not my story but my brother-in-law's. The end result is that he broke up with her. He also told us more that we did not know, including how they actually broke up after the second time they visited us. He did not want to be with someone who clearly did not care about the people in his life by putting someone in danger. He explained they were broken up for about 2 months and only got back together after she sent him a message saying she had reached out to me and we had worked things out because she felt awful but did not expect anything from him. Now, it is clear that it was just manipulation to get back together with him. More we did not know is also that my brother-in-law has not been happy where he currently lives for the last year or so. And one of the reasons he often comes to visit us is because he has been considering moving to our area. So I have a feeling she has been doing all of the crazy stuff in hopes we would blame my brother-in-law, and if we were mad or low contact with him, he would not move. More manipulation. I will not put it past her. My brother-in-law also sent out a message to their extended family explaining the whole situation, in case she reaches out to the family, and this way, I will not have to relive the trauma surrounding an allergic reaction to explain what has been going on. I also told my brother-in-law and my fiancé about what it is like for me to have a serious allergic reaction for the first time, what it feels like, and the absolute horror I go through. That was definitely the hardest part of the conversation for me. Neither my fiancé nor I blame my brother-in-law. The way I see it, he is a good guy who sees the best in people and who has been manipulated by his ex. He is still more than welcome to stay with us, and with everything he told us about how he has been feeling lately, we are excited to have him stay with us, and hopefully be able to help him out with everything going on. A lot more was said and talked about, but I think these are the important parts for the update. If I have forgotten anything, I will add an edit here. Also, thank you to everyone who commented and helped me with the situation. Hopefully this is the last part, and we can go back to focusing on our wedding. Relevant comments from the community. One commenter said, "You said that your brother-in-law still feels as if he did something wrong, but you do not think he did. Why do not you invite him for an extended visit so that he can look for a job in your area as he plans to? That way he will know for sure that you trust him, and he will also be far away from the psycho girl." I replied, "He is invited to stay with us for a while. He is currently looking for flights sometime in the next 2 weeks." Another commenter said, "Yikes. X is an awful human being. I am happy that your brother-in-law was able to see beyond her act and move on." Another commenter said, "This sounds like it turned out great for everyone except for the ex, which is fine. I am really happy for all of you that you are safe and that he is not with someone who is so manipulative and toxic."